You ever ran for miles and miles to reach your destination and realized that you didn't have the key? You refused to give up. You knocked until your knuckles bled and kept knocking and knocking and knocking, hoping someone was listening, hoping someone was there, hoping you'd knock so hard you'd eventually break down the wall of indifference that lay ice cold over their conscience. There is something life-changing about the moment when you realize that there are no other options. There are no spare keys for the undocumented immigrant. And so you raise your tired knuckles, and you knock, and you knock, and you knock, hoping that someday someone will be kind enough to open the door.
I'm back to not being from here, not being fully Mexican because I'm not there. I don't share a lot of the, things that I'm missing out in back home. So I guess that sometimes I just feel like I'm in that gray area of not knowing what to call myself, but just knowing that I feel that I belong here.
But at this point in my life, I actually don't identify as Guatemalan, and it's something that I guess a lot of young immigrants sort of feel, where there's this saying ni de aquí, ni de allá, not from there, not from here.
At the age of 12, I was faced with the task of having to embrace and fit into a new culture. Oftentimes, my intelligence was questioned due to my background. I was also faced with the task of giving up a part of my childhood to help raise my little sister, Andrea, while my mom worked from morning until late at night.
I feel like I wanted more of my culture. I grew up, there was a point I stopped speaking Spanish to her, and I still don't speak to her in Spanish. So I feel like something was lost, and I don't know if it was just because she was busy raising 5 kids and didn't really think about culture in that way and how I would come to identify myself.
It's believed that the criminals are the parents, but as I've always defended my parents, saying my parents are not criminals because survival is not a crime.
Un día tú vas a ir a México. Okay. One day you're gonna go to Mexico. That's our country, but this is home, okay?
I keep my heart undone. I'ma do it till I get it right. I went to war last night. I've been dealing with depression ever since an adolescent. Ducking every other blessing. I can never see the message. I can never take the lead. I can never bob and weave. Give my story to the children and the lesson they can read. Dreams of reality's peace. Blow steam in the face of the beast. Sky can fall down. The wind can cry now. Strong in me, I still smile. I love myself.